Yo, what's up, y'all? So, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine. I won't put her name out there. White Caucasian lady around my age, um, and she was basically wondering why, there was a situation. These two elderly white people were killed by a black guy in the graveyard during a shootout with the police. And she was upset. She's like, I don't understand why this doesn't get national coverage. Why isn't this something that people should, that people don't know about, that people know about and stuff? And, if the roles were reversed, if it was a white guy that killed two black people, then it'd be all over the news and everything like that. And of course, she was upset, and she said that she felt like, you know, the media is to blame for that. And we're not even going to get into the discussion about the difference between this situation, which seems to be like, getting hit by a stray bullet, and the difference between that and a Ahmaud case. We're not even going to get into all that. I'm going to actually give you a different reason as to why stuff like this doesn't reach national level news. It's because of y'all. And when I say y'all, I mean because of Caucasian, white people. And I don't mean that in any negative way. Listen to what I'm saying. Somebody shoots and kills a black person. Yeah, black people have their own problems with their own selves, killing each other. We're working on that, okay? But we will band together. We will come together. An entire country, an entire city, an entire state, an entire neighborhood will come together for that situation and demand justice. You understand? Like, they'll march, they'll protest. They will band together in the thousands, okay? To protest stuff like that. All right? White people don't really do that. Perfect example. Daniel Shaver, the young man that was gunned down inside the hotel, on his knees, hands in the air, cops giving him orders, telling him to do this, do that, do this, do that, and the kid's trying to kneel, and then he's telling him to lay down but get back up, and the kid's trying to get to the cop where he's telling him to come. He kind of loses his balance. You can see he's trying to pull his pants up a little bit, and the cop shoots him, kills him. Where's the protest? Where was All Lives Matter at that time? Why didn't they pop up and go crazy about this and start a rally? Nothing. Nothing at all. Matter of fact, there was actually something done. There was a protest in his hometown, I believe, by his family. And it had like 15 or 20 people there. That's why it doesn't get national news. Because you don't do nothing. Y'all don't step up and say this was wrong and we want justice, and we're demanding justice about this situation. As a matter of fact, the guy that killed Daniel Shaver was actually found not guilty of the murder. There was no protest. It was just like, we want justice, we want it now. Not guilty. All right, guys, y'all ready to go? Yeah, let's go home. I don't get this. You can't expect the media to want to cover something like that when there's no drama to it. And that's the media's fault because, yeah, a lot of these murders and stuff like that do deserve the same type of coverage. But you've got to bring it to light. You've got to make the media want to cover it. Look at the lady who stayed on the line during the war. She didn't have 5,000, 10,000 people with her. She was by herself. But the media started covering. You know why? Because she had action. She went there and she was like, I'm not leaving until this and that and this and this happened. And that's why the media began to cover it. You can't expect the media just to look at every little death of somebody getting shot to cover it. There's a lot of black people getting killed by black people or white people that aren't covered in the news. I get what you're saying, that, yeah, they seem to try to blow it up more of a big thing, but that's because African Americans will blow it up. They'll make it a big deal. You can't just kill one of them without basically us sitting up there saying, okay, that's not okay. Plus, a lot of times there's not swift justice in those situations. You got people getting killed by a cop and then, found not guilty or whatever, so people protest the not guilty verdict. Look at the Rodney King situation. You understand? Like, people want justice and they're willing to step up for it and come together for it. Don't say that we don't do that when it's black on black crime, because when Nipsey Hussle got killed, you saw the people who stepped up and protested violence at that time. So yeah, people will still do that even if it is black on black crime. But the whole point is that whenever you have situations like the Daniel Shaver situation, or the young man that was pulled over, I can't think of his name, but he got shot by a cop over weed. in its car. But there's nothing. Nobody does anything. So why would you expect the media to step up and cover something that nobody in the world seems to care about? You can't blame the media for stuff like that. You want somebody to cover something like the 2 elderly folk getting killed? Hey, start a Facebook group. Get some people to follow you on that. Get a nice group of people to step up for that. Demand justice for that. Put together a protest. Put together a rally. All that stuff. March somewhere. That's what you got to do if you want to get that attention. But you can't just blame the media for people not taking action about stuff they don't agree with. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. And let's be real. I try to speak about black issues, white issues. Majority of black people only worried about stuff that involves black people. That's why you got Black Lives Matter. Majority of white people only going to worry about stuff that involves white people. That's why you got the All Lives Matter. Like, they're not going to dip their hand into the other group to care about their problems. They should, but they're not going to, because at the end of the day, we're all the same race, the human race. But they're not going to. So you can't want people to come over and fix your problem that you're having that happened in that situation, especially when you're not willing to come over and help with a problem that they're having in their situation. And let's be real, majority of people don't cross that line. So that's just an idea as to why stuff like that doesn't get national coverage and nobody talks about it and it's not all over the news. Because nobody's doing anything to make it all over the news. If it's something that bothers you, speak up or sit down. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. Please do like the Daddy 2 Cents page. I try to speak a lot about, parenting things and stuff I've learned as well, but also do speak about other stuff that's going on in this country. Stay safe, like the video, share it, please, and throw a comment down there on what you think if you feel like it's something different. I try to be as respectful as I can to everybody's opinions. But that's my 2 cents. You can spend it how you want to.